Today I'm going to talk about doing what has to be done. And this is something that I've been thinking about for a few days. And it's going to be a short video. And I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to give you 4 or 5 things you can do to help you on your way during your journey, whatever it may be. And I'm not just talking about losing weight or getting healthier, but anything in your life that you're trying to do. If you've got a goal and you're striving for it, you know, there are times when, well, most people give up, to be honest with you. So if you like the video, hope you give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. This is Mike Norris, and you know, losers generally wait until they feel like doing something. They want everything perfect before they do it. They research. I do a lot of research, but I also take impromptu action a lot of times. But winners just do it anyway. And it's crazy because in your past job or life, you could say before you retired or before you got over 60 years of age and you were working, you probably did things you didn't feel like a lot of times. But something changes, you know, after you get to be a certain age, and it's not your main thing. You're just wanting to get a little healthier. You're wanting to lose a little weight, whatever. You just don't do things like you used to for some reason. You know, anybody can do things when they're motivated, when they're inspired, they got good conditions, it's good weather if they got to go outside and work in the yard or whatever. Anybody can do that. And we know how motivation is. It wanes, so if you wait very long, you won't get it done. But anybody can go out there and do that. But not many men over the age of 50 will execute when they're tired, unmotivated, they don't feel like it. But you know, and I said men over 50, that's pretty much for any men, I should say, just not men over 50, but that's who I'm primarily talking to. For some reason, we just lose that want to, or whatever. I don't know exactly what you call it, and we got to get it back. You have to get it back. You have to work on it getting back. First thing you do is set your goal for whatever it is you're trying to do. And can you be trying to do 2 or 3 things at one time? Yeah, you can. You know, but you really need to focus on one main thing. And I would say if you're over 50, over 60, the older you are, the more focused you should be on your health and your fitness. And those two go hand in hand. You know, there's times, frustration. Frustration is huge. We get frustrated. Nothing seems to be working that we're trying. I know that from being in the fitness industry. I know that. Sometimes you have to keep pushing. Sometimes it's good to take a step back and look at things, but quitting is not an option. Quitting is not an option. The only people who don't get in shape, who don't lose weight, are people who quit. That's the bottom line. The people who quit are the ones who don't make it. If you don't quit and you keep on pushing and keep working at it, you know, you're going to see the changes you want to see. As you age, the changes don't come as fast as they used to. You know, a young person can work for a week and he can notice some changes, and you may not notice it for a few weeks. But if you are looking at it and you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you'll see changes in your face. You'll see changes in your body. You'll see little changes. And you know, in this YouTube here, for instance, I put up a ton of videos, 100, almost 70 videos in 6 months. That's unheard of. You know, most people put up 1 video a week. Only about 3% of the millions of people that start YouTube channels ever make a penny. They never make a penny. And my goal, I'm not doing this because I need the money, but you know, a little extra money will definitely help with all my traveling and stuff and doing some things I want to do. But I was going along pretty good, and I had one video that really went crazy, and things the last month or so really died out for me. And I've been losing subscribers. Gain 3, lose 2, gain 1, lose 2. I mean, it's been going on for like a couple weeks now, 2-3 weeks, and my watch hours dropped until this week. A couple videos I put up, my watch hours have went up. I could have thrown in the towel. Most people quit. Most people do this for 2 or 3 weeks and they don't have anybody watching their videos. They got 2, 3, 5, 10 people and they just quit. I started back first week of November, and I've just kept going. I made a goal to do 4 or 5 videos a week, just about every week, except for like this when I'm out here on vacation, and I just can't do it because of grandkids and stuff. Today, my daughter and grandchildren have gone shopping. I said, I got to go make a video. And I knew I wanted to come up here and make a video instead of in the house. I said, I got to go get my walk in. I got to go make a couple videos, at least one. So I got to get some videos up because during the week I've had the grandkids with me, and I really don't have much time to make videos. But I never quit. I keep putting stuff up. I've been making plans while I'm in the house with them, and I'm watching stuff. I'm coming up with ideas for videos. But you know, a lot of times you don't have people around you, family and stuff, that are for whatever you're doing. I saw this in the weight loss industry a lot because the husband or wife was just fed up with the other person trying to lose weight for 20 years and spending money. But you just have to keep pushing on because you know what you want, you know what's good for you, and you know it'll make a difference. You know, you just got to do it for yourself, and no one else is behind you. Look at your goal. Look at where you've been. Look how much you've improved. Look at where you want to be in 90 days, 6 months. Really look at that. I look at that all the time. Where am I at? What happened? What did I do the last week? What did I do the last month? What can I change? Is there anything I can change up just a little bit? Fitness, I know I eased up a little bit the last couple of weeks because my shoulder was really hurting me bad. I said, you know, I got to do a little bit more leg work. I'm just going to work legs and let this thing, I have to give it a little rest every now and then, you know, until I figure out if I'm going to get the shoulder fixed or not. You know, it's just, I live with it. And we do have to do what we have to do, but I just made a little subtle change and did more core work, more leg work, and not as much where I'm using the shoulder. So I'd say, you know, really look at your goals. Hopefully you got a plan. Look at your goals, which will be a part of that plan. Look at the accomplishments you have made so far, no matter if you've been doing something a week or 2 years. Get help if you need to get help. I will tell you that. If you got to get help, get help. Hire you some help. And a lot of people have to hire help. There's a chart that I was looking at, and I got to figure out how to take the pictures and put it up in a slideshow maybe, and it showed different body compositions. And to look at my body composition, it says all the things that those people normally do. I didn't do all that. I'm sorry, but I think that just so many years, this consistency helped me get to a point where I didn't have to do, now I put in a lot of hard work, don't get me wrong, and for whatever you're trying to do, you got to put in hard work to accomplish those goals. But that's just the message I wanted to put out today. Is just do what winners do what have to be done, and you're a winner. You know, you're a winner. I know you want to be a winner. Stay a winner. So do what has to be done. And this is going on a little bit longer than I thought it would. If you like the video, give it a like, and subscribe if you're new. It's Mike Norris, and I'll talk to you later.